Hello and welcome to a mouth blasting. No, that's not gonna work, dude. What? Hello and welcome to a mouth-rocking episode of Making It with Darren. I'm your host, Darren Barr. We're here butt crack of dawn early, waking up my cameraman Greg so we can get rolling on these chili honey short ribs. People ask me, Darren, what's your favorite recipe that you do? This has to be it, so you're in for a treat. Now, we've done something else. This recipe involves all sorts of fun chilies. We got honey. We've got our delicious short ribs that we went shopping for earlier, and we need beer. Good beer. Once again, our boys from Suds or Duds TV came through for us. I was talking to Mr. Trav this morning. Recommended this Firestone Pale Ale. Very hoppy. One for me, of course. It's got a great taste. Little bitter, lots of hops. It'll really contrast well with the meat and the chilies. So let's get rocking on this. These are short ribs. If you guys have never seen them before, they look like this. Bone in, nice little pieces of meat. You got to cook them for a long time or else they're tough. So we've got a crock pot rolling. A crock pot or a slow cooker. We've got it on high to get it rocking. We're just going to go ahead and put these puppies in there. Whoop, there we go. And I've got 8 short ribs that we're going to go ahead and work with today. If your crock pot can fit more, by all means, go for the gold, do more. But we're just going to go with 8 for right now. There's not going to be too many of us eating tonight. So, here's the fun part. Here's with our main ingredients. We're going to start with 2 stalks of chopped celery. All right, we're just going to dump that in on top. And then we've got 1 small onion chopped. Or you can use half a large onion, or if you like a little bit more taste, you can use a whole large onion, whatever's going to fit in your crock pot. Okay, we're just going to dump that in. Now, we also have 4 cloves of chopped garlic. You can also use crushed garlic, whatever you like. That's going to bring a little extra taste in there. Then we've got our friends, the Pasilla chili. These are our chilies, man. Do you remember the Pasillas? What do? We did those for our chili pizza, and we had them with some other good stuff. So we're going to dump, we got 2 of them seeded and chopped. We're going to just plop those in here as well. We've got some jalapenos that we've seeded and we've deveined. We're going to go ahead and pop these in. That's 2 chopped jalapenos. And right there should be pretty spicy, but for us, we like a little bit extra. This is totally optional. These are 1 Serrano chili, seeds left in, sliced very thin. We're going to dump these in. It's going to be great. Now for our liquid. We need to get this thing really rolling. So let's move all this out of the way. We'll move on to what's going to make this taste so great. We're going to start with soy sauce. We've got 4 tablespoons of soy sauce here. I'm just going to dump that in on top. We've got 1 can of diced tomatoes. Okay, and we've kind of drained them out. So that's going to add a little bit of thickness to it. And honey. Honey really makes it. So we're going to do about 6 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to squirt this baby out. Honey just takes forever to get out of there. Get that all over. You can use orange blossom honey or clover honey. This is actually I believe it's clover honey, and this has a really great taste to it. Very rich, little spice in there, and that's really going to contrast well. So that's about 6 tablespoons worth there. And then we got our 1 bottle of Firestone 31 Pale Ale. And this is just what's going to top the whole thing off. Just going to rock and roll with that. Now, like I said, if you have a bigger crock pot, feel free to use more ingredients, more liquid. It looks like I can fit a little bit more, so I'll just pour in a little bit extra. If you have like a 24-ounce bottle, that would work too.
Just threw everything in there.
Just throw it in there and leave it. You've seen, what the hell is his name? Ronco or whatever his name is. And he's like, set it and forget it. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to set this shit and we're just going to forget about it for a while. So this is rocking. We're going to leave it on high. This is going to cook for between 6 and 7 hours. That's why we're here so early today. But it's great for the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Just wake up, throw this shit together, throw it in your pot, and then forget about it. And it's rocking and rolling. So we're going to hang out, pop a couple more beers, and we'll catch up with you later tonight when these puppies are good to go.
I'm going back to sleep.
All right, guys. We've got our short ribs going for about 4 hours now. I've just pulled the lid off. You can take a look here, Greg. You can see that the onions are starting to wilt, and all the peppers and the beer and the honey is starting to really marinate together and bring out all these great flavors. You can see here, you know, after about 4 hours, the meat is going to be fully cooked. You can see it just starting to, whoa, look at this. I can't even get a hold of this. You can see how it's just pulling off the bone. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at this point, like I said, the meat is fully cooked. And for a few more hours, what's going to happen is it's going to really break down the connective tissue of the meat, so it's really soft and tender. Now, not all parts of cooking is pretty. What we're going to have to do here is, because this meat has a nice layer of fat on it and bone and everything that we're putting into here, fat is going to come off the meat. It's going to rise to the top, and it's going to kind of look like oil. The best way to get rid of that is get a nice mug, and what I'm doing here is I'm just pressing the spoon flat against there, and you see how that liquid is kind of clear, looks like oil kind of.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the fat. So we're going to drain that off. Probably take a couple minutes just to drain this off. We'll go through it. And then also at this point, we're going to want to salt and pepper everything to taste. So we're probably going to want about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt, and just pepper it up to your taste. That looks about right. Go ahead and let that just mix in there. And we're going to let this cook for a few more hours, and we're going to be good to go, guys. So we've been cooking all day, and you know what? The end result was totally worth it. Our chili honey short ribs are ready. Pull a couple of these puppies out for you guys. We're going to serve this deliciousness with some slow-cooked potatoes, some other good stuff, but these are very tender, what we call fork tender. We're just going to top these with some juice here.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking good. They're going to be spicy, a little sweetness. This Sierra beer has really added a great kick, and I think the guys over at Suds or Duds are going to do a sampling of this and talk about pairing it with some great food. They'll be mentioning my site. Check it out. But I just want to show you how absolutely unbelievably tender these are. You see how that meat just comes apart like that?
Ooh.
So delicious. We're just going to give this a whirl. It's going to be hot, but
It's going to be hot.
totally worth it. So good. You can taste it all through the meat. Just the right amount of spice. Man, that's fantastic. That's home right there. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you next time.